Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we are on Megillah 6, which tells us the very famous quote that if a person comes up to you and says, Yagadati, that I worked extremely hard at something, however, v'lo matzasi, I was not successful, al tamin, do not believe them. If they say, lo yagadati umatzasi, if they say, I didn't work hard at all, and I was still successful, even though I put no effort into something, again, al tamin, don't believe that either. Who should you believe? The individual who says, Yagadati umatzasi, I put in the effort, I worked very hard, and I was successful. That's someone that you can believe, which teaches us a very important message. That even though the Talmud does also state that sometimes things happen because of siyata d'shmaya, from the help of heaven, that if you work very hard, sometimes you're not as successful. Sometimes we find people that are handed things even without working so hard. But generally speaking, a person who is, let's say, of average talents and average intelligence, those individuals, if they work extremely hard, they could reach success. They could reach the stars. But it takes effort. You can't just sit there and do nothing. If you end up just sitting around and doing nothing, you are not going to be able to accomplish what you're capable of. The very famous basketball player, Ray Allen, who is famous for all of his great three-point shots, he once said, the only reason why you know me, or anyone other than my family knows me, is not because of this born talent of me being able to play basketball, but because I put in a tremendous amount of work. And that's an important message. Sometimes we look at these great athletes, we look at these talented or wealthy people, and we say, oh, they're so lucky. Well, the reality is that if we study their lives and what they did, they work extremely hard to be able to get to where they are. And if you want that, then you have to put in the work. And therefore, if you feel, you know what, I'm not going to put any work and I still want to be able to be successful, al tamin, do not believe that that's going to happen. And if you're a person that says, you know what, I put in some work, and, you know, I didn't have any success, don't believe that either, because maybe you haven't worked as hard as you really could. Maybe you only started working hard, but you kind of gave up in the middle. You have to continue and not stop. And by doing that, and at the end, by you putting in all that effort, but sasi, we'll see that you, in fact, did find success. And when you say that to me, tamin, in fact, you will be believed.